Welcome to Week 12 in the NFL DFS streets. We are here to bring you all the classic takes here on the DFS Deli. And remember, any takes that we give to you that are wrong on Sunday, all you got to do is blame Geno Smith. This is the DFS Deli. Open signs are on. Pull up a chair. It is time for Week 12, the DFS Deli. Let's go. And welcome into the DFS Deli. I, of course, am the proprietor of this delicatessen, Saleh Ali Shaheed, and I am rocking the Pat McAfee for tonight's show. You liking the get-up show? You liking the get-up?
I mean, it's expected after, your pre-work activities, so I get it.
Yeah, and if you haven't noticed that someone is very, very late to work, so I gave him the night off. So in Baker's stead, it is going to be myself, the proprietor, and of course, my co-host Chili. Chili, welcome to Week 12. It is the slate before the Thanksgiving slate, so we get to do this 2 times next week. Are we excited?
Yeah, man, Thanksgiving slate, always fun. I've usually had some pretty good Thanksgiving slates, so...
Yeah, same.
And I'm just ready to get the dive on to Week 12 here.
Yeah, Week 12 is upon us, and it's going to be some interesting football games, but we saw basically what was the most tilting week of all time in Week 11. So hopefully some normalcy is restored this week, and we can actually get some good takes. So, but yeah, we sent Baker along on his Thanksgiving break early. Actually, because he said he is going to try to do the show with Steph in California, right? Because we do have 2 next week. So
it's Baker, man. He's going to be 3 hours behind. So
yeah, different time zone. That's right. Well, we'll see if he gets the let off the leash a little bit when he's visiting his girlfriend. So
we will see.
Yes, absolutely. How was Week 11 for you, buddy?
It was okay. I made a little bit of money on the afternoon only slate. Nothing great. Unfortunately, my stacks didn't pan out this week. In the early only, I was kind of cooking early, but my Singletary pieces, like just one-offs, did well, but my stacks didn't really do much.
Yeah, because you didn't stack Jacoby Brissett with Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch and Trey McBride. So I mean,
right.
Those triples, they were cooking.
It was a lot of Jacoby.
Was I a week early on that hot take, or did I say that last week that Jacoby Brissett was going to be a top 3 quarterback this week? Was that last week or the week before?
I think it was last. I feel like it was last. It may have been last week.
Could have been because Jacoby was cooking.
He was cooking. It's nice when they get put into a hole pretty early, and then they can just throw.
Which is every game, Jill.
Every game.
That defense is sauce, but as long as Jacoby Brissett's slinging the rock, he is on the menu for the week, let me tell you. But before we get into the main slate, of course, if you don't know what we do here on the DFS Deli, we break down all our favorite plays at each position to see where we can lead you to a winning lineup here on the Week 12 slate. But before we do any of that, as customary here on the DFS Deli, we must pay tribute to those we lost in Week 12. So, if you have your favorite beverage near, water, soda, any alcoholic beverage, my choice is water tonight, we pay tribute to the fallen. Michael Penix Jr., Josh Jacobs. The starting career, I think this is the second time we said it, to Justin Fields. R.I.P. your starting career. Tyrod Taylor's in the revenge game this week. To those we have lost, you will be remembered, and we will see you soon. To a speedy recovery to the fallen.
You forgot the wide receiver that goes with Michael Penix.
Drake London. It's been real. You will be missed. To his recovery Drake London.
Jamar Chase, quit spitting on people. And then saying you did it.
I love Mike Tomlin. He did what any man would do. I remember Dakota Prescott getting spat on before the game even started. He was fine. He didn't swing on anybody. I'm just saying.
I mean, if somebody spits on me, I'm swinging.
Yeah, but you're not in the NFL either. You don't have a multi-million-dollar job to perform.
I mean, Jamar Chase gets suspended to not play a game with the Bengals. It kind of worked out in his favor.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The only part, I just don't like the fact that he flat out lied about it. He said, I didn't spit on him. And then he appealed it. What are you appealing?
Yeah.
I know Jordy Nelson just looked at that for 5.5 seconds to be like, what are we doing here?
You got me, bro. You got me. I can't even call it, man. It's a little ridiculous. But chill. I think you have some business to take care of on a certain dusty bus that we need to pick up some folks.
Yeah, I think the dust bus is making its way. I think you mentioned him early, and only because he's had some good fantasy goodness. And he's going to be the youngest person on the bus, but I think we can load up Justin Fields. Yep, I think we can load up Justin Fields. I don't know if we swooped up and picked up Geno Smith, but now I think we can officially go get Geno Smith. I think
it's his fault, man.
He's done.
It's his fault.
I think we can go on ahead and go pick up Calvin Ridley. He's brittle.
Oh yeah, that was another one. I'm sorry.
That was your suggestion. I think Cooper Kupp. I think he can get on the bus. I think Cooper Kupp is just about done. Couldn't get it done in the revenge game.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry once again has fought off the dust bus, and I think he will get a break from the dust bus. He does get the Jets this week, so we'll cover that when we need to. Is there any Kirk Cousins going to be the only starting QB on the bus?
He's going to realize that he should just stay on the back bus. This is going to be pathetic. The Falcons did come out and say they're going to be more run-centric, but at the same time, if you're coming out and telling everyone else that, I mean, I would load a box against Kirk freaking Cousins, so...
Oh, you forgot one other person on the injury. You know, it's the local. You forgot the local man.
Oh, yep. Dylan Gabriel. It's been real. We wish you a speedy recovery in the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Hey, side note, since we're technically local, everybody got what they wanted, Chill. Everyone got Shador on the field. And boy, did he crap his pants.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you listen to any radio or any show, sports talk, sports argument, debate shows, whatever you want, you could hear former players saying backups don't get reps. You hear players saying backups do get reps. So only the good Lord knows what actually happens in the NFL, because Lord knows I'm not in it. He got blitzed a lot. We'll cover defense, which might be short. Just take both defenses in that game at that point, but we'll get to that bridge. I know for S's and G's, I will probably just have a Shador lineup in afternoon only, just for fun.
Oh, man, you done lost your mind. You done lost your mind.
Like, what did he say?
But that's, again, just for fun.
So, for funsies.
But, yeah, I mean, so... Yeah, he was 4 for 16. He now gets the full reps with the starters. I mean, were you on the rumor that like they were going to maybe try to start Deshaun Watson?
No. I listened to a lot of Cleveland radio over the past few days since Shador shit his pants. So yeah,
they were talking.
Is he healthy? Like, what are you talking about with Deshaun Watson?
They were literally talking about, like, does Deshaun Watson start a game before the year ends?
Well, I think it's got something to do with the cap. or some money they can recoup if he doesn't touch the field. I know they were talking about that, but that might be a reason financially. But at the same time, I think we'll see Bailey Zappi start a game before we see Deshaun Watson start a game.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, it's just playing football in Cleveland, Ohio. It's just not good.
It's a death sentence, man. It's a straight up death sentence. That's for freaking sure. But anywho, we get to talk quarterbacks here now because we're going to get into it with our favorite QB takes of the week. I know you mentioned for S's and G's, there might be a little Shador action, but again, early Wednesday night, ownership projections according to 4for4, at least on my site, look like this. For DraftKings, your favorite Patrick Mahomes is coming in as the chalk. We got some love for Drake May in a juicy matchup against Cincinnati. Trevor Lawrence getting some love, along with, of course, our main man, Jacoby Brissett. And Lamar gets the Jets. So, there's that. But out of this group of gentlemen, which way are you leaning towards?
I don't think I'm going to get up to Mahomes this week. I don't know. It's a weird game with Indianapolis coming off the bye week. Obviously, they bolstered up their secondary with Sauce Gardner. Again, that's just a really weird game, and I don't know which way more or less it's going to go. Jacoby Brissett, again, makes a ton of sense. I believe the Cardinals are at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense is kind of like middle of the pack. They do have a good pass rush. My only concern here is Jacksonville is not one to get up 30-0 by the start of the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's becoming more run-centric, so that kind of concerns me a little bit in this game. Does Jacksonville essentially just get the ball and just start kind of sitting on it? I mean, last week, Justin Herbert only threw for 88 yards. So again here, that is a little bit concerning to me. Honestly, I would rather play for $100 more. I'd rather play Sam Darnold at the Titans. Sam Darnold, if Sam Darnold does one thing in his resurrection, he beats the ever-living crap out of bad teams. So, coming off of this 4-interception game, again, at Tennessee, I'm really not worried about the whole West Coast to East Coast thing. We've seen this team go down to Jacksonville and absolutely beat down the Jags. So, I'm really not worried about the travel. But I'd be more interested because nobody's playing Sam Darnold. So, especially after a 4-interception game, I'd rather play Darnold over Brissett, truthfully.
Okay, so any interest in paying all the way up to Drake May? I mean, he gets the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I think Drake May at this point, I'm going to have a Drake May lineup. I think everybody here on the Deli is going to have a Drake May lineup. Again, against the Bengals.
I don't know. We'll see where we get there. It's Wednesday.
I mean, the Bengals are so bad against quarterbacks. Again, here, the Patriots are likely to go in there, beat down Cincinnati, and kind of just go from there, man. But if I'm paying all the way up, I'm probably just going to pay for Lamar against the Jets. The Jets did okay against Drake May, but he still got there. So, again here, especially right now, the ownership right now on Lamar to me is kind of it's kind of tame right now. I don't know if it kind of stays this low or whatever the case may be here, but if his ownership kind of stays where it's at, I kind of like it, truthfully.
Well, he's been sus. I mean, he hasn't produced a good fantasy game since he came back. He's been okay, but he's yet to pass for over 300 yards this year, and his touchdown efficiency is what's been getting him there. And we thought, he could have that floor with the rushing, and we really haven't seen it Lamar-esque. So I don't think this situation is a time where we get slate-breaking Lamar. I think we get Lamar in a win, but not I needed Lamar to win a tournament last week. And the funny thing about the meta lately behind these high-priced QBs is that you didn't need them, right?
No.
Because you needed the other skill positions to actually fill out the lineup. So, yes, Josh Allen nuked the slate last week, You actually needed Jacoby Brissett and his pass catchers to jam in Bijan and jam in. Who else went off last week? Who am I missing?
Well, you want random guys or real guys?
Real guys. It was another high-priced running back that went off. Who am I missing?
High-priced running back that went off.
Well, you needed to jam in McBride, who was the highest-priced tight end.
You needed Bijan.
You needed those other guys. Yeah, you needed Bijan. So it's just like, even if you pay up for the nuking potential of a Lamar Jackson, of a Josh Allen who's not on the slate, Jalen Hurts to a lesser extent, and we'll talk about that here in a second, it's these low-price guys that are actually allowing you to fit in the rest of the pieces that you need. So if I'm not going to get slate-breaking Lamar, I'm just going to pay all the way down to Jacoby Brissett. But again, to your point, is that the Jaguars are going to run the living piss out of the football. So
yes, they do.
If they get a lead, the meta with the Cardinals is that they're down 21-0 in the blink of an eye, and then Jacoby Brissett has to pass the rest of the game. I don't think the Jaguars care. It's like as soon as they get on offense, they're just going to pound it down your throat, and then all of a sudden the game's over.
Literally. Yeah, I mean, that game against the Chargers last week, man, that game was like done, and like every other game just hit the fourth quarter.
That's what I'm saying. So we can find ourselves in a similar situation with Jackson. I don't think there is potential for upside, obviously, but I think because of how the Jaguars are figuring out how to play football now, is that if they're up 7-0, 14-0, 14, whatever, they're going to run the shit out of the ball. Yeah. And that's not good for fantasy goodness.
To me, it looks like Jacksonville wants to build a lead, run the ball. That way they can get after you with their pass rush.
Correct. And they have a really good pass rush. I will admit, Jacksonville, I wasn't familiar with your game. I'm not going to rag on you anymore until you start losing games that you probably shouldn't. Let's talk about the Cowboys and Eagles because it's one of the bigger totals on the slate. What are you doing with this game?
If I'm playing this game, it's from the Eagles side. I mean, Dak and them did have, like, the Cowboys offense can beat anybody any given day. Doesn't really matter the defense. I'll get the stat wrong. I know it'll be pretty close. Dak Prescott in his career against Philadelphia at home, I think he's like 6-1 for his career against Philadelphia at home. Against the NFC East in general, he's like 20-something and like 4. It's something crazy. So like Dak Prescott statistically does feast on NFC East teams at home. But if I'm playing this game, I'm probably playing it from the Hurts side. Because I do believe like the Philadelphia wide receivers are pretty cheap.
Because they haven't done shit.
Not a damn thing. It's probably the biggest boom-bust game on the slate, right?
Yeah, and I think about it like this, right? So their first meeting, it was 24-20, and the game started to cook a little bit until the lightning hit. And then the game literally was over. Like, no one did anything after that point. So it's like, do we get that for a full game? Or do the defenses hunker down to be like, all right, we're going to slow it down. We're going to do this, that, and the third to limit the scoring on both sides. Because like you said, and I agree with you, is that Dallas can score on anybody, but Philly can stop anybody. So it's like, what side are we leading here? Okay, Dallas's defense sucks, but the Eagles' offense sucks. So where are we going to land?
And two, in that game also, in the second matchup, unless a Jalen Carter spits on somebody again, Jalen Carter will be in this matchup. And then you do have Quentin Williams in this matchup as well. I understand they play Las Vegas, and the Vegas offensive line is honestly worse than the Chargers' offensive line, and that's saying something.
Pretty bad.
So, again, you do have these two big gentlemen back in the middle of these defenses. Couldn't make it for a little bit more of an interesting matchup, but if I play this, I'll probably just play it from the Eagles side. Pray.
I hear you. Before we move on, I got one gross take for you.
I like it.
Can I interest you in $4,700 Tyler Shuck? Atlanta is garbage. And they just got lit up by who, Chill?
Oh, dude, Bryce Young.
Bryce Young just had a career game. against Atlanta. Atlanta's down their top receiver and their quarterback. When are they playing offense? Saints at home, off a bye. I think this is the week where we see Tyler Shuck cook a little bit. And the cool thing about it is he's dirt cheap. So as we get into the running backs and wide receivers, it'll allow you to jam in some pieces that might get you to the top of your tournament leaderboards. Because like I said, if Jalen Hurts isn't going to nuke the slate, if Lamar Jackson is going to nuke the slate, if Dakota, Drake May, all those high-priced guys, and it misses you out on some of these juicy running back matchups, Tyler Shuck, you could do worse than Tyler Shuck. Because Atlanta is horrible. Their one like claim to fame was their pass defense. And they just let Xavier Legette and Tet, who doesn't want to be called Tet anymore, or ever, I should say, they got cooked by Bryce Young. So I think this is a good game where we could just stuff in a cheap quarterback. And I think Tyler Shuck is going to be where I'm going on the cheap end.
Yeah, again, I think it makes a ton of sense. My only concern is that the Panthers have the fear of a running game where the Saints do not. Like, I feel like Atlanta came in with the intention of stopping the run to make Carolina pass, and like Bryce Young just actually played well. So that would be my only concern.
Let Alvin Kamara off the bus for 1 week. Just let him off.
Listen,
just
man,
let him breathe. Let him stretch his legs.
Everybody can earn their way back off the bus, man. You can do it. You can certainly do it.
Let Alvin Kamara come out and play one more time, man. Just one more time against this Atlanta team. Please. Begging you.
Everybody can earn their way back off.
Any other QB takes we missed before we move on?
Yeah, we mentioned them off air. You have Jared Goff at home against the Giants.
Yes.
Only concern is like when Goff gets pressured, he's absolutely terrible at the game of football. We've seen it last week. The Lions' offensive line was not able to stop anybody up the middle. Again, the Giants' strength on defense is the D-line. Again, here I'm still kind of living on the idea of you probably should have a line in every lineup. This Giants defense gets pretty much cooked in the passing game. If Goff has time, he can easily go for 20 points here.
Yeah, 100%. I think Goff is always on the menu, especially after a Lions loss where you know it's time to put the work on somebody. But the absence of Sam Laporta can't be stated well enough. They looked awful last week. And again, we'll get there when we get there, but I think it's time to establish the run game and a certain pass catcher from the Lions that we might be jamming in this week. So,
if he plays, nobody's playing Jackson Dart.
No, you should.
I was going to say, are you interested in Dart and no ownership?
I am. I think he's going to play with a little less reckless abandon, which is why we liked playing Jackson Dart. But if anything, man, like he gives you a solid rushing floor. He's inexpensive. I mean, 5,600 is not bad for one of these QBs. He's $400 less than
so he'll be 1% owned.
Well, I think people like playing Jackson Dart because he's Jackson Dart. I think he'll definitely be about 5%. But yeah, he'll still be definitely on the lower end of things.
So do you think him and Sam Darnold then have the same ownership at that point? Or do you think Dart actually gets higher?
I would say it's roughly the same.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I probably will have Sam Darnold line up.
Excellent. All right, let's move over to running back where we can talk about a lot of different folks, actually. We got Jahmyr Gibbs in a nut matchup against the Giants, against one of the worst rush defenses in the league. I'm assuming that we got news that Ramondre Stevenson is coming back. Because there's zero reason Trayvon Henderson's ownership should be this low.
Let's take a look. So I mean, like, taking a look here, I think ETR does have Ramondre in. But, like, man, don't you just have to...
Don't you think Trayvon's earned it? Like, hasn't he earned it by now?
don't you think you almost just have to take a flyer on it? Like last week, we should have taken a flyer on Sean Tucker because the Buffalo
Yeah,
run defense
100%.
is so
Bad
bad.
rush defenses just take the shot. Yes, we should have 100% mentioned Sean Tucker, and that is our apologies for that.
So, like,
The Bills' run defense is ass. So is the Bengals' run defense. It's ass. And we already saw what a backup running back did to, Cincinnati last week. I mean, hello? So
Right. Yeah, I don't. If you're telling me his ownership, because like ETR has Travion at like
4 for 4 has him at 3%.
I mean, so there's probably some happy medium there, but like you have to take a flyer on him, right?
100%. He will definitely be in my player pool this week. 100%. I get the Ramondre Stevenson thing, but what more does Travion Henderson have to do? What more?
And here's the thing: even if Ramondre's in, it just takes one big run from Travion. That's it.
Yes, he's in the player pool. But minus those two, like I said, Gibbs and Travion at the top. I'm seeing a lot of chalk coming in on Chase Brown. I'm assuming no Samaje Perine again this week. I guess start wherever you want. Who else is going to be in your running back pool this week?
Yeah, I mean, Gibbs. I do like me Gibbs this week. With the injury there to Josh Jacobs, you do have Emmanuel Wilson. You figure you're probably going to play a high price running back, and then Wilson will probably be the guy most common to go with the high price running back. So I do like that this week. You kind of mentioned it earlier with Kirk Cousins. I know when he started, Bijan did absolutely horrible. But if they are going to a more run-oriented game, I think Bijan here makes a ton of sense. Going up there against the Saints. Saints are kind of middle of the road against running backs. But again, here, my favorite running backs, I mean, I love Gibbs this week. I'll play Chalky Gibbs. No problem. Derrick Henry.
What do you do with Emmanuel Wilson if no JJ?
I think you play him, right?
I mean, Minnesota is pretty good against the run, but Emmanuel Wilson did look good in flashes last week. And let's face it, like Jordan Love has been ass. So
he hasn't been good.
He has not been great. Not great. So I think if they want to establish the run, that's fine. They might do a committee approach with their other back, but at the same time, like I don't see a necessary spike week from Emmanuel Wilson. Like he's 5,300. So it's not like he's, dirt cheap. He's very affordable, but I don't know. I might not be able to stomach being able to, jam in per se Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, too, if you don't want to play Emmanuel Wilson, you could play no own David Montgomery at the same price.
Or hear me out, Chill. For $100 cheaper, you can play Ken Walker.
My only concern, and again, it's Tennessee. I think you could play either Seahawk running back, but like it's just so 50-50.
Yeah, but their coaching staff did come out and say they think that Ken Walker has earned more opportunities because of his more efficient running and his explosive play style. Also, he's been more valuable in the pass game as well. So Zach Charbonnet averaging 3.8 a carry, while Ken Walker's at 4.4, 4.5. So it's like you have a more efficient running back in Ken Walker. Tennessee is buns against the run, so you have a chance here to say even if it's a split and we see Ken Walker get some of the goal line work, I think Ken Walker is probably the best pivot play right there in that price range because people are like, oh, I'm sorry, $100 more than Emmanuel Wilson, but Ken Walker has a better matchup, and he's not the backup. So it's like, yes, I get the timeshare thing, but Ken Walker, find that $100. I think you got a good pivot play and significantly less ownership. And we've seen Ken Walker in the past, not necessarily this year, but in the past with his explosive running style, he can break a 60-yarder out of nowhere and be like, well, you needed Ken Walker this week.
Yeah, and again here, are you buying this Ashton Genty ownership?
Let's see. Am I buying the ownership?
I got him at like 16%, and that seems really high.
I have him at 19.
Okay,
And
so
that seems extremely high.
Yeah,
and no, I'm not buying that. The Raiders' offensive line is trash. If it's the one thing that the Browns do well, it is stop the run, sans Derrick Henry last week. But as you mentioned for a few times, Derrick Henry didn't look great.
No.
I mean, he had the 53-yarder? I think he broke off against them. But that was it. I mean, like.
Yeah. I mean, and again here, obviously going back to Derrick Henry, I do like Derrick Henry this week. If I was going to play a running back from that game, it's got to be a lot of Judkins this week, don't you think?
You would hope.
Like, again, we're just thinking, rationally here. Or I could see Kevin Stefanski literally just letting Shador throw 40 times. That way he could fail. Because like Kevin's
just to be proven right.
But like that could happen. It could just be one middle finger to Jimmy Haslam. Like, I told you this dude was a bum. But again, that's neither here or there.
That's a really good point, actually.
I mean, we kind of mentioned this team a little bit in the QB section. Don't you like nobody's gonna play Travis Etienne?
And I think that will swing depending on the health of Bishal Tootin, right? Because he looks like he practiced today, so it's like, if Bishal Tootin was kind of out, or not kind of out, but out, then Etienne would be the mega chalk, right? You're just playing Travis Etienne.
I don't think he gets steamed, man. I don't think people want to play Travis Etienne.
I think people don't want to play either Jags running back, but I would take the more explosive one in Bishal Tootin.
And that's fine. I think, me personally, I would probably take Etienne because they both can get there. Arizona's rush defense there's only a couple teams that it's better than. A lot of these teams aren't on the main slate. Again, if we could somewhat trust Alvin Kamara, I'd be interested in Kamara this week. The Falcons are a run funnel. I know they just gave up 450 yards to Bryce Young in the passing game, but they're a run funnel. And plus, you got New Orleans is coming off of the bye as well. They're at home. I think New Orleans is at home for that game. So,
yes, sir.
I wouldn't be mad about playing Kamara either if you're just trying to find like a nice little. Might be more of a DraftKings play. Just for a little.
100%. Don't play him on FanDuel. No.
But yeah, I do. That I mean, I'm just taking a look here at some of these other guys. I mean, we covered a lot here.
Like I said, in the range of what could be chalky Emmanuel Wilson, Alvin Kamara is 55. Ken Walker's 54. Like, you got options at less ownership in better matchups. Just saying.
I mean, I know he's probably going to practice at some point this week, but if Jaylen Warren somehow gets ruled out, Kenny Gainwell might get a lot more steam.
I can see that. But again, it's late on Wednesday, so that can change.
That can change. Do you just want to just go through like your favorite high price running back of the week? We probably should mention Jonathan Taylor at 10K.
Listen, Jonathan Taylor has nuked how many slates this year?
The majority of them.
Yeah, and if he was on the main slate during the London game, he would have nuked another main slate. So it's like, I get it. The 10K price tag is crazy. The Chiefs are a good defense. However, this is your only opportunity to get Jonathan Taylor at sub 5% ownership. I don't give a damn with some players about the matchup. If I'm getting the fantasy number 1 overall running back at less than 5%, I don't care about the price tag. I'm playing Jonathan freaking Taylor. So to answer your question, Jonathan Taylor is my high price running back, my favorite one. And then you pair him up with an Alvin Kamara or a Ken Walker III. Boom, salaries balance out. And like I said, I'm a fan of Tyler Shuck this week, so I could fit me a Jonathan Taylor in a lineup. So don't be surprised if it's like, oh shit, JT went for 150 and 2. But yes, I get it. The matchup and the price is kind of prohibitive about your lineup builds. I respect that. But it's Jonathan freaking Taylor at less than 5% ownership. Find the money.
Right. I
And
mean,
that's all I have to say about that.
yeah, for me, I'm pretty much a big fan of Gibbs this week in terms of the high price running backs. If we kind of get into this like 7 to 6K range, I'm probably not playing Chase Brown. I will probably take a shot on Travion Henderson if his ownership is going to be that low. You mentioned earlier, I do like Ken Walker here myself in terms of that. So those are kind of the guys I'm just kind of taking a look at. And I do like ETN, even if Tootin is ruled in. I like ETN here against the Cardinals. Like I said, I think the Jags want to run the ball 30 times every game now.
Fair. Let's switch over to wide receiver, where ownership on a late Wednesday night, again, things could change. Amon-Ra St. Brown on 444 leads the way with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Rashid Rice, a little Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't know why y'all keep playing Wan'Dale Robinson. Stop it. Just quit. But whatever. Steph Diggs, of course, the nut matchup. We got a Packers receiver, Romeo Doubs. And then Mike Wilson and T. Higgins, of course, with the absence of Jamar Chase this week. Jameson Williams also comes in at a double-digit ownership. And both of the Philadelphia receivers are garnering some ownership. So where are your receiver builds going to start this week?
Yeah, so, I mean, with me, I already mentioned Sam Darnold. So my Sam Darnold lineups are definitely going to have JSN in it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Again, let's not pretend that Tennessee is a good team. They are actually like top 5 of giving it up to wide receivers. So I'm kind of interested here in JSN. I mean, you kind of mentioned it. We can touch on it now. The Philadelphia guys are really intriguing. Philadelphia's offense has done nothing all year. They just basically average 16 points. They win in some weird way, and they kind of go out their way. But neither one of them are 6K, maybe for good reason, maybe not. Again, here, let's not pretend that this Cowboys defense, again, Quentin Williams is a great player, but how much better does he really make them? And this would be the game to where they could really just feed into A.J. Brown's ego a little bit. So I'm really not mad if you do take one of the Philadelphia guys. In terms of the line stuff, I think I'd rather play Jameson Williams because the Giants give up a lot of deep ball plays. We know that's where Jameson Williams lives. So I would probably take him over Amon-Ra St. Brown and just kind of pray for the bomb there. Again, here, just kind of taking a look at some of these other guys. Apparently, you have the machine that is Michael Wilson. He's extremely cheap.
The machine, Michael Wilson. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess the real question is, Cincinnati shuts down number 1 wide receivers. Is that Diggs?
They do.
Is it, or is Diggs just going to be in the slot? Like, because I mean, well, against Cincinnati, you're playing Hunter Henry.
Yes.
We don't even have to get into that.
Yes.
But, like, Stephon Diggs is very intriguing in that matchup because, like, is his name Turner? I don't remember the Cincinnati corner. That's really good.
I don't do defensive matchups, man. But I know that he just nukes true number 1 receivers. But that's the funny thing about the Patriots. They don't have a true number 1 receiver. They got everybody. It could be Diggs. It could be Booty. It could be Kyle Williams. It could be anybody. So one of them is getting shut down. So if you would like to spin the roulette wheel and see which Patriots receiver is going to get wet that game, someone is, just not their number 1.
Does Christian Gonzalez take out T. Higgins then?
You would think. I mean, that's the natural matchup, right? So, like, what is it? Elias Sova, or whatever the fuck his name is.
And then, because nobody's playing Yoshi Boss.
Yoshivas.
Correct.
Yes.
He is at like 3% ownership, and it
That
just
is so sexy.
and that like I would play him in my Patriots run backs because if you play him with a shitty Patriots wide receiver, you could play Jonathan Taylor.
Hear me out. That could give you the money. Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, Yoshivas. Oh yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah, so
Again, I don't feed too much of QB or I'm sorry, cornerback wide receiver matchups, but Christian Gonzalez is a beast. He only got mopped up by Drake London, and that's his only bad game, so I'll forgive him for that. But yeah, T. Higgins is going to struggle a little bit, but Joe Flacco. If he's your number one, you're going to get like 15 targets. I mean, there's that. But it could be Yoshivas. So I'm perfectly fine slotting in Yoshivas.
Is it a little bit surprising? I know Philadelphia is a good defense, but is it a little bit surprising that the Cowboys guys aren't getting a little more steam here?
I think it's going to be the price. I mean, like, because remember, the Eagles guys are owned because of their price, because they have been at. George Pickens is fourth in fantasy points per game. And you know who CeeDee Lamb is already. So it's like they've been performing, so they justify the price. So they're expensive compared to the Eagles guys. So I get it. But at the same time, like, you have to be fully invested in this game to say, I'm going to pay these price tags. But that literally, you put a CeeDee Lamb in your lineup, you put if you put the Lions guy in with Amon-Ra St. Brown, you probably get surprised that they're on Steve.
Yeah, and then you kind of already mentioned some of these guys up at the top. I mean, since you didn't mention them, I mean, I guess that would make you interested in some Chris Olave then, right?
I am very interested in Chris Olave, 100%.
Hey,
100%.
What if I told you that for the price of $3,200 DraftKings dollars, you can get a number one wide receiver?
You have my interest. Now you have my attention. Go on.
Adonai Mitchell.
Oh my God. I need someone who's actually good at the game of football.
He's their number one wide receiver, and he's the most expensive Jets wide receiver.
You know, the funny thing is about Adonai Mitchell is that if you're a tape bro, the dude is open all the time. I mean, like, he is a crisp route runner. He's fast as shit. But the thing is, he can't catch in NFL football. And when he does, hold on to it.
He does the 6'7".
6'7". Oh my God! Let that be the only time that gets mentioned here on DFS Deli, please. But you bring up a great point. I mean, you bring up a great point.
And one other guy I'm going to throw out there that's going to come with no ownership is going to be Rome Odunze. I don't believe in this Pittsburgh defense, and they're not great against wide receivers. They're actually behind only Dallas, Tampa, and the Giants in terms of fantasy goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of interested in Rome Odunze.
I like it. Man, now you're going to convince me to play Adonai Mitchell, aren't you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I mean, Tyrod Taylor can get him the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least we got Tyrod Taylor now. Like, at least there's that.
And, like, honestly, if he could catch, he probably would have had a touchdown last week.
If he could,
you know.
He's always open. He just can't catch in NFL football.
Or when he does get a touchdown, he drops it at the 1.
Yeah, I guess we should not bring that up, huh?
He do that.
He do be doing that. Tight ends, $6,800 Trey McBride. My God, it's one of those guys where you just find the money to pay him every week. Trey McBride has just been absolutely incredible. FanDuel really spiked him. I mean, he's 8,700. So it's like, you want to play this guy? Fucking good luck. At a cheaper price tag, of course, we already mentioned Hunter Henry, who gets the nut matchup with Cincinnati. The second nut matchup is Trey McBride against the Jaguars because they can't defend the tight end. And the fourth-ish nut matchup, old man Travis Kelce against the Colts.
Yeah, so I mean, the Colts are actually second worst in the league against tight ends. This may be a Travis Kelce game. This just screams 5 receptions for 50 yards, right?
Oh, yeah.
For Travis?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
At 5K, he gets you 10 points. He doubles it. You walk away. You're probably pretty happy about it. On FanDuel, it's way more of a decision with Trey McBride, obviously. On DraftKings, you could probably just put Trey McBride in there. We already mentioned them. The Bengals are on the slate. That means Hunter Henry's in play. You could probably get frisky and play like Austin Hooper. They could give up a touchdown to Austin Hooper. The Cincinnati is so bad.
A little too frisky for me, my friend.
They are so bad against tight ends. So, yeah, again here, just taking a look at it on the surface. If I could trust the fact that Colson Loveland was like the number one guy there for Chicago, Pittsburgh is bad against tight ends too. But
yeah, but with Cole Kmet,
with Cole Kmet, you just don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, nobody's playing Tyler Warren for whatever reason.
Because the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. Everyone's scared of the Chiefs, the big bad Chiefs. Now at 5,500. I can find room for Tyler Warren. But another name that's interesting, Seattle, A.J. Barner with his 10 targets last week.
It's not bad. It's
could really do worse at 3,300.
You certainly could do worse. I mean, if you really want to get ugly at tight end, I don't know who the Titans starting tight end is nowadays. I don't know if it's Gunner or Chig.
It's Gunner Helm, baby.
But Seattle is not good against tight ends either.
Hey, listen, as a man who's won American dollars off Gunner Helm before, you could do worse than playing Gunner Helm, okay?
Yeah.
I'm here for all the Gunner Helm takes.
I would be surprised if I feel like Brock Bowers' ownership, I don't feel like it gets like they got him at 13%. I don't feel like it's going to be that high.
Well, it's his name, and it's $800 cheaper than Trey McBride. Like, if I'm deciding between like Brock Bowers and someone else, I'm just going to find the 800 to go up to Trey McBride.
Yeah, you might as well.
You might as well, right?
Yeah, it's that. Which should
I think his ownership percent is a tad bit high. I think that gets depressed as the week goes along.
I feel like with Shador, the Browns tight ends are probably a little bit more in play than they normally are. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Again, here, yes. If you got the money on DraftKings,
go ahead.
On DraftKings, I think you just find the money for Trey McBride.
But listen, hear me out. Kirk Cousins is back, and last time we saw him in a full game, Kyle Pitts, 9 for 58. You could do worse.
He does have some ownership on him, though. I know, that.
But he's still cheap. I mean, the man's only scored 1 NFL touchdown this year. So, at least for a floor, because of Kirk Cousins being in the game, I would say that's a DraftKings only play, too. Don't play Kyle Pitts on FanDuel. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. But on DraftKings, yeah.
Yeah. Again, here, I think tight end, you just kind of play what fits. I mean, with Tyrod there, Mason Taylor probably won't hurt you.
Yeah. The QB change does help Mason Taylor a little bit. That's true. Again, I think we're just looking, those are like floor plays that we're saying, but like as far as ceiling, no one's going to be higher than Trey McBride. So
no, it's not even close. Yeah.
Just find the money for Trey McBride. Like we told you last week to do it. Do it again this week. FanDuel, yes, you have a decision to make, but man.
I mean, his
double tight end week?
Oh, I don't think you need to.
I mean, like, so look at the receivers in Trey McBride's price range. It's like would you rather play Trey McBride or this receiver? And if the answer is Trey McBride, then run a double tight end set. I don't care.
You could. You certainly could. I wouldn't be opposed. I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it now that you kind of phrase it like that.
Because, I mean, Trey McBride, if that wasn't a TE and was a WR, he'd be 7,500 on DraftKings.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and we have watched Jacksonville absolutely get nuked by another good tight end.
Exactly.
Brock Bowers had not one, not two, but three of them things. Coming off an injury.
Right. Just saying. Defenses will slap out of the park real quick. Ownership-wise, we're looking at the Packers, Browns, and Saints leading the way. I mean, $2,500 Saints does sound pretty good, to be honest. But, yeah, I would say, and if you can find money for the Ravens, even though they're kind of sus, $3,900 is a lot to pay, but it is against Tyrod Taylor. It is against the Jets. It's more so the Jets than Tyrod Taylor. But Tyrod Taylor is in the revenge game. So might be a little pep in the step, little pep in the step, maybe a little bit. And then the Raiders get Shador, even though that defense is ass, but they do play Shador. So
yeah, at 3,500, I don't think, and nobody's playing the Raiders, and the Raiders are at home.
They're in the Roomba.
They are in the Roomba. I mean, the Browns defense is 2,900. I know it's going to be the chalk. You could do worse things than join the group.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're going to get, what, for 4.5 sacks from Myles Garrett this game?
You're going to get something. You're going to get...
Oh, yeah, Geno's going to get hit. He's going to get hit a lot. So that could lead to forced fumbles. That could lead to a costly pick. I mean, the Browns did have a defensive touchdown last week against Lamar and the Ravens. So $2,900 Browns defense, I could see why they're pretty heavily owned. But then other than that, yeah, whatever fits, right? I mean, we're just...
Whatever fits.
Yeah,
whatever fits, like you said. I don't think I get up to 4K for Seattle's defense against Cam Ward, but I get it if you can.
I mean, it is Cam Ward, bro.
They're so bad.
They got a lot of work. They got a lot of work to do.
So bad.
So bad. Well, Joe, we did it. We kept it under an hour. Me and you, Baker, we appreciate you, putting in your take from home. I did, or not from home, on the road, which he's still traveling, by the way. We mentioned all of his takes, Chill. Don't worry. But we do have his picks for the DFS Deli Parlay. And this week, Chill, this week is going to hit. Okay? So we take that hot 10, we put it in, and we go from there, man. So I need, before we get you that hot 10 6-pack from the Deli Parlay, I need you to make sure you hit that like, subscribe first, because you gotta be joined to the DFS Deli to get the hotness of what we're about to bring this week. This week, we're cooking. So I'll get out the way. Baker's two takes are the Hurt Business being pushed in and Hunter Henry. So those are going to be 2 picks for the parlay. Chill. Give me one for the parlay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they get back to form here. Give me Mr. JSN for the parlay.
JSN for the parlay. I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to cop out and take the chalk. All right? Well, this is kind of the chalk, but I did the same thing last week and he got hurt. So now I'm scared. You know what? Because I believe it takes so much, Ken Walker III is going to get in the box this week. So give me K9. Give me K9.
Nice.
So who else is getting in the box alongside the Hurt Business and Hunter Henry, JSN, and Ken Walker III? Who else splashes the box this week?
Yeah, I don't think I need to get weird here with my takes. It's kind of how I'm treating the slate. Just give me Gibbs. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll stay in the same game, Chill. You know what? Maybe not, because I want to say J-Mo here. I want to give you J-Mo. I think J-Mo is a solid player. I think he's going to have a great game. Let's get a little weird. Let's get a little weird with it. You want to weird with it? Let's get a little weird with it.
I don't care.
I mean, because it's going to hit. So it doesn't really matter. It's going to hit. You know what? Let him off the bus, chill. Let him off the bus for 1 week.
You talking about Alvin Kamara?
Give me Alvin Kamara.
He's trying to fight. He's trying to fight his way off the bus.
Yeah, man. So we got the Hurt Business, Hunter Henry, KW3, AK-41, JSN, and Sonic of Sonic and Knuckles for the 6-legger. That's the hot 10. We'll let you know that pays out soon enough because it's only Wednesday. Props ain't out yet. Who's your favorite stack going into the week early on a Wednesday?
I didn't see that Baker texted the group. We mentioned most of his takes. Baker for the brand does like Kirk Cousins.
Of course. Whatever.
I don't know. He put in Joe Flacco. I don't really get the move. He said Flacco over Burrow. Sure.
Burrow full practice today, though.
Yeah. So we did. So we mentioned God of the Sun, CD, Brown, Slim, Higgins, Yoshivas, Kelsey, Hunter Henry. He likes the Raiders defense and the Saints. My favorite stack, again, and we'll stick with that. I do like the Seahawks stuff this week. I like the Lions stuff second. And then in terms of I'm trying to think of kind of more on the, and honestly, like the Patriots. Let's not get weird here. Patriots.
Sure. I'm with it. Baker's bold call is Jalen Hurts will have 7 total touchdowns.
I guess I'm playing Jalen Hurts.
I guess if you're on the Baker brand at the DFS Deli, you should play Jalen Hurts, apparently. That's your guy.
Okay? He says the bold take, Cowboys and Eagles score in the 90s. Is it because...
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help. Stop it.
I can't give it.
Let's be real. He owes this game a lot.
Yeah.
The game in general.
Yeah.
So I get why he's so bold on it.
Hey, listen. Hey, my first big hit DFS, guess what? Cowboys Eagles. So I get it. Back in the old Amari Cooper days, winning old $10,000 off that game. So I get it. I get it.
Cooper.
The old Amari Cooper days when I realized that I'm pretty decent at DFS. But yeah, I think on the high end, like you said, I do like the Lions stuff. If I go Goff, J-Mo, Gibbs, I think you got a solid start wherever you want to lead off with that. And again, if you jam in guys like JT this week, McBride, same level, you can do worse than running Tyler Shuck, AK-41, and Chris Olave. And then run it back with Kyle Pitts and then load the hell up. Just load the hell up. So, and like I said, bold call for me, I think. And Zach's going to text me immediately after he listens to this podcast. Zach, I know you're going to make it to the end like you always freaking do. But Alvin Kamara, 100 total yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the bold call for me. Getting bold.
Yeah. For me, again, here, I'll just stick with the theme of the show. Sam Darnold, instead of throwing 4 picks, will just have 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
And I think Sam Darnold goes for 304. To go along with that, I think JSN will be the wide receiver you need. And that's where I'm going to leave my bold take.
Yeah, I like it, man. Like I said, if you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe on the way out. We have been your peeps at the DFS Deli. For Baker, who's still traveling on the road. For Chill, I've been your host, Sully Ali Shaheed. We're going to go ahead and close up the shop. And as always, we're going to see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Oh, and remember, if none of these hit, blame Geno Smith.